Hey everyone, how are y'all doing? My hair is always a mess. I need to do some more self care because this is just, this is natural, yeah, but it doesn't take a lot of work to get it just a little bit, fixed up, especially my hair. It's, it, it, it becomes to where we have so much to do, like all this other stuff is like completely thrown to the back burner, completely. Um, but I'll try to get better at it because I don't like this. I don't wear a lot of makeup. I don't wear foundation or powder or anything like that. I just usually like do my eyebrows and maybe my eyes, eyeshadow, liner, mascara, lipstick, something like that. So I don't do too much, but I think what I do is just enough. But whatever. So I need to get better at doing it. Maybe that's part of doing my job, So we'll see. Anyway. Hi, everyone. How are y'all doing today? This is Shelly, and we are Coffee, Anxiety, and Love, Lena Fitness Evolution, HHR, Indigenous Arts. So much going on right now. So much. It is about to be July. I can't even understand that right now. I'm sorry the camera's shaky. My damn tripod broke, so just haven't had a chance to get into town to get me a new one. So I know it's a part that I can fix. I just don't know where to get it, but I may end up just buying a new one just to resolve the headache. So, yeah, this is maybe week 3 or 4 of me battling, like battling my weight and trying to lose a little bit more. I'm stuck in between, going between 4 and 5 pounds down, and I just can't push myself enough to get out there and do my workouts before the sun comes. And that's 8 o'clock in the morning. 8 o'clock in the morning, it is so hot, and I don't have anywhere inside to work that's out of at least the sun and the shade area that we have. It's not flat ground, so it's not that easy to work out on. And anywhere I work out here, I literally walk around looking for a little piece of flat land, and I have to, carry all my stuff over there, all my equipment, whatever I'm going to do my videos or do my workout or whatever it is. And it becomes a pain. And I typically hauling everything back and forth. I use that as my warm up sometimes. So anyway, um, I did notice that there were a few days, like there was one week where I fasted like die hard. I went almost all day. We didn't eat until the evening. And when we did eat, it was a lot of fruits and vegetables, some protein, of course, but it wasn't big protein portions. It wasn't a lot of fruits and vegetables. They were heavy water-based fruits and vegetables. We like melons, peaches, grapes, strawberries, things like that. We were doing the green smoothies, and then we are doing good heavy uh, dense protein meats out here. Like we've had deer. um, there's been some other stuff. We do have chicken, we do have salmon, things like that. So what we have been eating as far as protein has been good. What's killing me right now, and I know because I'm older and I'm going through menopause or perimenopause, whatever it is, that you're not supposed to cut out carbs too much, but the carbs, a little bit of carbs that I am getting right now, I've noticed from the time that I fast to the time that I eat the carbs and put the small carbs in my diet or in my eating, they're affecting me a lot. I mean, almost immediately I can see the bloating and things like that. So I'm trying to figure out where that balance is and what are going to be more good carbs that I can bring in if I really need the carbs. Like when I'm doing the sweet potato, that's not really affecting me as much as, like let's say tortillas and bread and pasta and things like that. And then when we do eat pasta, we're trying to do healthy pastas. I think we have a red lentil pasta right now. We've done the black bean pasta and we've done spinach pasta. Still, that needs to be very, very regulated and in extreme moderation for me at least. My husband needs the carbs. He's out working all day. Um, he's using that up. So we're totally on different scales when we do this. So I really need to get more diligent at portion control. And when we are having the spaghetti or whatever, he's getting the bigger portions or a regular portion, and then I'm getting, a very small, light, moderate portion of the carbs, or more on the fruits and vegetables that we eat. Because usually I'll plate maybe a salad or something, some kind of vegetable with it. And the one thing that I know hurts both of us, it's been hurting us the past few days, is been the sweets. We do have, and I don't know if it's me having a sweet tooth or it's me wanting because he's eating it, but he has a sweet tooth and he likes to have something after we get through eating. He wants some kind of dessert. Not all the time, but it's more often than not. And I I I have to learn how to step back from that and discipline myself and not eat it all the time just because he's eating it. So that's been a big drawback on my weight loss right now. But what I'm getting ready to do is go back to, it needs to be consistent. I need to, I do my tea and my coffee in the morning. Um, I need to get in the habit of having a protein shake or a green smoothie after that, after workout. And then from that point on, there's no more eating, no more like actual solid food eating until late in the evening, maybe about, between 5 and 7 at the latest. More trying to get closer to 5 eating than the 7 o'clock hour. Because like 7 o'clock, we're pretty much in bed by 9. So that's really not enough time for you to go to bed after you eat. 30, 40 minutes is okay, but I want a little bit more time before I go to bed, and I have to have that full stomach. And I did notice that when I was fasting, my belly was not bloated at all. It was not very protruded, and I was very happy about it. And why your brain sees something and it sees results, and why you can't keep doing that, I don't know. I don't know what the disconnect in your brain is, that you see results, you see what's happening, you get excited about it, and then you just kind of throw it by the wayside, and just don't keep going with it. I don't know. But I know I have to do more than just think about doing this. I have to actually implement something, and it needs to be consistent. I need to, the same way I get up and I make my coffee or my tea in the morning, I need to do my protein shake or my smoothie. And I need to fast the same way. And I need to eat the same types of fruits and vegetables each day. That way, there's not so much having to think about it, and there's not so much prepping as much, because out here on the road, it's hard to prep. But usually, if I make something, I'm trying to make enough to where we at least have another day of leftovers. That way, I don't have to cook the next day, and I can cook, every other day or every day, 3 days or something. Um, the other issue we're having is snacks, in between snacks. On the days that we're not, fasting those long hours, we're trying to just keep our meals small and snack. The problem with that is there's not a lot of space for us to hold a lot of snacks, and there's not enough refrigerator space for us to keep a lot of snacks with all the fruits and vegetables. It's almost like you have to cut up and chop and make room and make everything more compact, because we like a lot of cantaloupe and different types of lemon, the containers of strawberries and things like that, and all that takes up space when you have a tiny refrigerator that's in a camper. And those are some of the things that I'm fighting with, because I'm trying not to go to the grocery store as often, and we're trying to get it to 2.5, 3 weeks now. And it's just a challenge as far as space. What how do you get all the space? And you can't freeze everything, because some of the vegetables and fruits aren't going to be the same once you take them out of the freezer. And yes, we could buy frozen berries and things like that for our smoothies. That's not the issue. It's, we like to have extra to be able to not just have for, when we sit down to eat and things like that, but in between, just to grab and go. We do trail mix, and I want to get some jerky in, but it has to be beef jerky and turkey jerky, because CJ doesn't eat beef and I do. So I'd like the beef jerky, and he wants, he needs to have turkey jerky or something else. We thought about doing our own jerky out here since we still have some deer meat. Um, but, we haven't had time to stop and process that because that takes a little while. That's going to be freezing the meat. I mean, defrosting the meat. There it is. Defrosting the meat. And then getting it to where it's room temperature enough to where we can slice it thin, and then building the fire out here when it's 110 degrees daily, and having that cook all day and tend the fire and make sure it's smoking the right way, the temperature is keeping. So it's there's challenges to living this way, but I think the benefit outweighs a lot of the challenges. And I'm to the point right now where, yeah, I'm just tired of cooking. I'm tired of eating because it just takes so much time to cook one meal. It takes me a couple of hours, and you're like, what the hell are you doing? Why don't you know how to? I know how to cook, okay? It's not that. It's when you have a small little camp stove burner that you're cooking with, you can't put two regular sized pots on there because there's not enough space to do that. So you almost have to be, you're forced to cook one thing at a time. So you take one part of the meal, you get the other part of the meal, you get another part of the meal. And I mean, it just takes a little bit of effort to cook. It's not horrible, but it takes more effort. And I'm to the point where I'm just freaking tired of it. I'm tired of the way that we have to cook out here. And I'd rather do one day and get a whole bunch of stuff done, have the camp, stove going, and have an actual fire going. That way I can cook some stuff out here, cook, whatever I need to on the stove, and just have some meals done and be done with it for the week. And it's easier said than done because there's so many different things that I have to take into account. He's not eating this, but I like that, and he won't eat this, and I like that, and he likes something that I don't like. So it's a balance. It's a balance. And I'm to the point where I'm about to make him start making his own meal. So, and if that's the case, then he won't eat. So I have to make something because if not, he's just not going to eat. He'll just grab an apple, an orange, a banana, and he's good for the day. And I wish I was like that, but I need food. I want food, and I can't get past that in my head, not wanting the food. And I don't think I'm that hungry or craving anything. I think it's just freaking boredom at this point. There's nothing else to do. There's moments where we have nothing to do, or not him, but I have nothing to do. He's working. He's doing HHR. He's doing the garden. He's out there moving stuff around, and it's just too hot for me to do a lot of that. And I'm older. I physically can't do some of that stuff. And I get up and I go do my walk and I do my workout, and I come back in here and I clean the trailer and I get our bed made, and I get my stuff ready for the day so I can start doing my either my YouTube or my website. And then by the time you know it, it's already 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, so now what? So now it's the heat of the day, and I got to figure out what to cook, and it's not what I want to be doing. And to try to wake up earlier and earlier and earlier just because it's too hot, well, now you're freaking tired all day. And it's not easy for me to lay down during the middle of the day and take a nap just to catch up because I woke up at 4 or 5 in the morning because there's so much to do. And in between all that, I'm like, okay, so now what? I did that, I did this, let me sit down and take a break. And that's when the boredom hits and you're like, well, now I want something to eat. And there's a sandwich in there, there's bread, or there's some kind of sweet stuff. And that's the easiest thing to go to. And how do you get rid of all those cravings? How do you get your mind to not wander into that area? It becomes hard. We've done it before. He and I have both done it before. But there was just so much outside motivation and competition that I think that's what helped me get there. And I know I don't need that all the time, but it helped me. So how do you build that consistency? It takes time. It takes a lot of effort. It's not easy, but once you get there, I think it becomes like second nature to you, and it just starts clicking. And I'm waiting for it to click. Seriously, I'm waiting for it to click. So I know I had made an announcement last week. I believe it was. I don't know what day it is. I don't know what week it is. But somewhere along the way this month, I know it's this month, I put out that I was running $10 sessions. Minimum of at least 2 sessions a week is what I'm asking. Um, you can do them whenever if you want to. I'm sending out the link for you to get the workouts. If you are serious about trying to get rid of some of the extra weight, or you just want to, work out more and need direction, definitely message me and let me know, and we can talk about a plan for you. I can also customize plans. That's not a big deal. It'll all fall under the $10 if you are within the first 10 people to come to me. That's a great deal because you can ask any trainer, customize workout plans one-on-one with the trainer are very expensive, extremely expensive right now. I know people don't have that extra for some of that. So $10 and let's get this done. I started this 3 weeks ago maybe, and I was 170 pounds. I am now fluctuating between 166 and 163, which is great, but I need to be completely out of the 60s, completely out of the 60s. And I need to push myself in the next few days to really get those last few pounds off and get myself moving a little bit more. So if you're ready to join and you really need, even if it's just 10 pounds, we can do that. We can definitely do that. Alrighty, guys. Y'all have an awesome day, and I will see y'all soon. Love y'all.